Alright, welcome to my X4 Stormwing plane location guide. I'm going to be showing you every single location of every plane in Fortnite on the map in detail. I'll show you the surrounding areas, I'll show you how many chest spawns each place has nearby, as well as each location on your minimap. And by the way, that is their proper name. If you look at the plane, it says X4 on it. It's an X4 Stormwing. Now, I want to do a complete guide on how to use the plane because, you know, I consider myself the Red Baron of the planes. I rarely get shot down. I can outmaneuver anybody on console, that is. And I just get so many kills. I'll have to do a highlight montage because I reign supreme with these. I've even taken them into the final circle. I've never won a match with it because the circle gets a little hairy at the end, and it's so hard to maneuver those precise aerial turns when the circle's next to nothing. So I've never actually won a match with a plane, but I've got hundreds of kills with them, and I'll show you in a separate video. But this video is all about the locations and getting you guys knowledgeable so that you can either make a great initial landing, loot up, and then grab a plane, or if you need a plane in the middle of a map, like say you're rotating from circle to circle and you want to get around faster. If you know all the locations, you can make a quick pit stop. Or I guess if you're in a plane, get damaged, and you want to get a brand new one, knowing all these locations will help immensely. So let me first show you all the hangars which spawn 3 airplanes nearby. So first, let me show you what's in the red hangar themselves. So there can be a chest spawn outside each of these, as you see here. And then inside, I think most of these are different. We'll have to see. So there's 1 chest, 2 chests. So this one only has 2 chests inside. This is one of the smaller ones. But some of them can have even more than that. So this is the first location, smack dab in the middle of the map. It's to the left of Dusty Divot and just north of Salty Springs. And this one, the red hangar, can only have 3 chest spawns. Now this is one of the more popular locations because it is in the middle of the map. So the bus is always going to go somewhat near this. So I wouldn't recommend starting here because it'll be a foot race to this. Unless you just want to grab an airplane real quick, then it's fine. But this is a great pit stop to either replenish your hurt airplane or just grab one on your way to the next circle. Now the next hangar is one I've actually never been to, and it's by Paradise Palms, as I'll show you in just a second. Let's see if there's only 2 planes. Maybe this one only has 2 planes. Nope, there's a 3rd one. So this one has a chest outside. Let's see how many are inside this one. Sometimes they spawn quad crashers as well. So that's 3. Yeah, so this one has a total of 3 as well. 2 inside, 1 outside. And like I said, I've never been to this location, but here it is, right here on the map, just to the left of Paradise Palm. So I'm covering all the hangars first, and then I'll show you the obscure locations that just have like 1 plane spawn. All right, the 3rd one is right here next to Lonely Lodge. Let's see how many chests are in this. There's 1 outside. Let's see if there's only 2 inside. This is a smaller one. Yeah, so 3 total in this one as well. And the planes spawn down here to the left. And the exact location. And these are fairly evident on the map. The big red structures. Like if I zoom out, let me move my thing. Well, my cursor is in the way. But you can almost see these with the far zoom out like this. You can almost see them. Like there's one right here I can see. See it right there? You can barely notice them if you have a keen eye. But this is this one to the left of Lonely Lodge. Now this next mini airport hangar is probably my favorite one. And that's because it's right next to Lazy Links. It still has the 3 airplanes. There's tons of zip lines right in, look, I think there's at least 3, maybe even 4. Yeah, 4 zip lines right next to it. Now let's see how many chest spawns we can get inside. I don't think there's one on the outskirts of this one. No, there's not. There's no chest loitering outside. Let's see how many are inside. That must mean there's going to be 3 inside, but let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yes, so there's 3 chests in this. None outside of this one. And once you either loot these 3 chests, then you can either go to Lazy Links, or you can grab your airplane and get the hey batter batter out of Dodge. But this is right here on your minimap, just that's like southeast a little bit. This is my favorite spot, hands down. the next hangar is probably, this might be the biggest one there is. We're going to investigate how many chest spawns are in here. But this one's perched up on the mountain next to Pleasant Park, and you can see all the airplanes face that way. And some of them have runways. Like you can see there's a takeoff runway right there, which is cool. So there's one chest on the outskirts of this one. There's a quad crasher right here, a chest right there, that's 2. Another chest there, that's 3, and an item spawn. So I guess there's only 3. But this quad crasher is so annoying because if you pop this chest here, like I'm stuck. Look at my feet, look at my lizard. He's going crazy. And I can't open the chest. This happens to me all the time. So you gotta make your way down, and then the items get stuck in the quad crasher. Like you try to grab them and it does this. It puts you on it. And I've killed so many people that get stuck. They do this booty scooty here and get stuck on the back while trying to pick up their weapons. So annoying. So, and it takes so long to chop these up. So maybe move the quad crasher first if you have time. But this is my second favorite landing spot, and it is right here, like I said, just next to Pleasant Park. Now the next one is tucked away between these mountains, and it's also accompanied by several zip lines. So if you like landing in the mountains, you can safely zip line down here and grab some of these chests in here. Let's see how many there are. So far it's been 3 of them at each place. This one only has 1. So this is playground mode. So I know there's one outside too. Yeah, so this one might only have 2. I swear in playground mode, all the chests spawn. So if that's the case, there's only 2 at this one, which boggles my mind. Someone leave in the comments if I'm wrong about that. But I'm 99% certain every chest that can spawn will here in playground mode. So if that's the case, there's only 2 here. But this one is right situated between the 2 mountains. So like I said, if you want to land at the ship up here, you can then glide down to this mountain and then glide over here. The zip lines are extremely handy. Not as handy as these airport hangars, but still pretty useful. And by the way, this one I rarely see competition for. This one's always left untouched every time I go here. So now we're going into the new winter area, and obviously there's a place called Frosty Flights that spawns the most planes in the entire game. There's basically, this is an airport is what this is. I was gonna say there's a bunch of mini hangars out here, but it's more or less an airport. It's got the radio control tower, and there's 5 spawns. 2 in the big hangars, 3 out here. This is a great spot if you want to get an airplane real quick, because there's more than likely always going to be one right here. And of course you don't need to know where this is because it's a named point of interest, but it's right here. Frosty Flights on the west side of the new winter area. Now the very last airplane hangar is on the mountain here that was north of what used to be Flush Factory, and there's the giant, or not the giant, but there's a toilet right there, the toilet throne. And here it is, right here. This one, I don't usually see people land at this one. Let's see how many chests are in the hangar. First, let's see if there's any on the outskirts. I don't think there is. No. So this one might have 3 inside. Let's take a peek. 1 behind there, 1 right there, and 1 right there. 3. So all these hangars potentially can spawn 0 to 3, except for the one that I showed you earlier that only seems to have 2. So these are great places to land, get loot, and then grab an airplane and go wreak some havoc. But here's the last one, as I'm standing right on it. Just north of Happy Hamlet. This is a pretty good landing spot, pretty secluded. Like I said, you probably won't have much competition here. Great initial landing spot. Now before I show where the individually located planes are, I just wanted to point out that there can be little mini hangars scattered throughout the map, like this one right here that I'm coming up on. And unfortunately, these do not spawn planes. Like this one in particular, even though it still has the AIM sign on it, this one, I believe, has a quad crasher. It might have a chest spawn too, yes. So they potentially can have a chest in them, but there usually is a quad crasher. Let me show, well, if you want to know where this one is, let me just show you anyway, even though it's not plane related. These are even harder to see on the mini-map, especially when you're zoomed all the way out. But just in case someone says, well, what about that? No, they don't have plane spawns nearby Let me just look at another one, just in case. I want to say they all have quad crashers in them, but I'm not entirely sure about that. All right, so here is another one. As you can see, it does have the AIM sign on it, just like the hangars. And yes, so it looks like they all have potentially a chest spawn, as well as a quad crasher and an ammo box. So not anything plane related, but still useful for a pit stop for sure. And this one, by the way, is located just to the left of Polar Peak. And you can see they're scattered about. I think there's one right here, and yeah, you can see them, but no planes. All right, so now let's talk about the locations where a single plane can spawn. Now, there's a few of these on the map. The first one, since I'm already in the winter area, I'm going to show you the first two over here. I have no idea why this one's here. This is such an odd location, but there's an AIM tent right here. And this plane, see you later, buddy. This plane spawns right here. There's a single chest, a little campsite. I don't think anything's in here, no. Let me show you exactly where I am on the minimap. It's on this hill. Such a weird location. I mean, it's just strange. You'll see all the other ones I'm going to show you are kind of hidden, sort of. But then there's this one. Some guy presumably bailed out. Had himself a little cookout here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where are you going, buddy? Where are you going? Now, the next one is located extremely close by, and it's on this little island right here. So if you want to land here, you could. But there's no chest spawns as far as I know. Let's take a peek. No, there's no chest spawns. You can zip line over here, but that's about it. There's nothing over here but this plane. And this is on the little island right here. So I guess if you see people landing all over here and you have nowhere to go, you can scoot to this little island and grab this little guy. But speaking of islands, let me just show you. I showcased this already in a prior video, but this island right here has, as you can see, a chest spawn right there, a chest spawn right there. So two on the outskirts. There's tons of trees. And then in this shack, there's another chest spawn. So potentially three on this island. And down there is a permanent rift. So what I like to do, let me show you where this is first. It's this island right here. So three potential chest spawns and a rift. So what I like to do is land here, grab the three chests potentially, use the rift, and then go to this island that I just showed you and grab that plane and then get out of here. It's a great strategy. You can farm all these trees if you want. I think you get about 600 to 700 wood if you farm every single tree on this island. So the next location is kind of a secret, sort of. There's all these trees out here. And there's a single chest right here. It kind of looks like water, but as you walk up to it, it's actually a hole. And down here is a hidden plane. Hopefully this doesn't kill me. No, it didn't. So that's, I was going to show you how you break it, but it's stuck by some twine. Not twine, some vines. That's what I meant to say. And you have to hit them, or like I did, just bump into it, and the whole thing comes crashing down. But unfortunately, as you see, it damages the plane. But you can flip that baby up, and there's a chest spawn right there, and this is the secret cave of the Trog character, that goofy looking Muppet type character. And here's the exact location on your minimap. So if you want a secluded plane with a chest spawn, you can, well, I guess there's two, because the one up top there, you can grab this, but you will have to damage the plane just slightly, and then you can board it. And again, you'll have to do a little more damage just to get out of here, because you're going to bump into all these things. Probably have to do a little reversal just to even get out of here. So I don't know if this one's actually worth it, because, and then you can take off right here. But this is the exit to the cave. You can see he eats all the animals, the woolly mammoths, and what have you. But you can poop yourself out right here. I don't know why you would want to grab this plane, because I don't know, it's just a little too much work, considering this whole area is just plentiful with these planes. But it's a secret area, so there you go. All right, we have three more lesser known locations that spawn planes. I'm coming in right here to one of them. This is actually one of my favorite spots, because there's two houses right here, a little shack right there. So there's two houses, and there's a plane that dive bombed into this house. This is one of my favorite locations, because you always get one of these planes and there's potentially some chests. Let me show you where it is first. Just southwest of Retail Row. Hardly any, I don't think I've ever had someone land here with me because there's so many new points of interest, and there is a chest spawn in there. I do believe, let's see if there's, is that the only one? No, there's one up top. So there's 2 chest spawns in this house. So I typically land at this house first. There's only 1 chest spawn in this house, and it's right there. But then I go towards this one and get the other 2 chests, potentially, if they're there. And then you have to free the plane first. I mean, let's see. No, you could get in it like that. Just by hitting square, it kind of frees it. But you'll see, again, it does damage. I normally, if I know I'm by myself, I will break all these walls just to grab the mats and free the plane. Because every time you bump into something with a plane, it does damage. Now you can also reverse, as I showed you earlier, by hitting L2 on a plane that doesn't have its engine started. And then you can blast off and hopefully, well, I bumped a few things, hopefully avoid as much damage as you can. Now the second to last plane kind of really is a secret. This is the Hero's Mansion, and then it was the Haunted Mansion, and now it's just a mansion. But if you've ever seen a plane come out of here, let me show you why or how that was possible. So down here is the underground basement, the bunker, if you will. And as you can see, there is a plane. This guy's so rich, he has a private runway and his own little airplane. Very easy to take off, no damage whatsoever sustained here. I think my plane just went all the way down into the water. But this mansion has tons of chest spawns. So you could potentially land at the top, grab all the loot, and then come down here and get away free as a jailbird. But oh, let me just show you. Don't, oh, no. See you later, buddy. So this is the exact location right here on your mini-map. The Haunted / Hero Mansion. All right, so the last location is one of my favorites. I know I've been saying this a lot, but this is one single secluded plane. And this is a new area, actually. It's just to the left of the block. So this house has a single chest spawn, which is not too exciting, but there's tons of item spawns in it. This truck has a chest spawn. This silo has a chest spawn. That's 3 combined. And then this little tractor has a secret chest spawn back behind it. So that's 4 chest spawns, tons of items. You could break all these fences if you wanted. And then you've got your getaway vehicle right here. This is one of my favorite spots. And then there's a chest right there at that truck. And there's also a chest at the little demonic teddy bear club circle over here, right there. Or you could go to the ice cream truck, which has 2 chest spawns. There's a chest behind this. So this is a newbie boobies favorite place to land because it's isolated. There's nobody here. There's tons of chests. There's a getaway vehicle. And it's all in the top right corner of your map where nobody lands. Just to the right of the fake risky reels. Right here. New point of interest without a name with an awesome airplane spawn. So that's all there is to it. That's all the airplane spawns in the entire game.